There is so much that is joyful and joyous happening at BHSS. Just this week, we had a challah bake with 100 people in the room. The smell of yeast was all around us, and the conversation was bubbling like that yeast. It was truly an incredible moment. This Shabbat, we will be bringing in the Sabbath with Michelle Citron and having our stay treat. It's so full of excitement and life and wonder. And at the same time, um, like the breaking of a glass at a wedding, we know that there is no such thing as joy without sorrow. This weekend, in particular, I want to be able to focus on the joy. And so today in this video, I want to take a moment for sorrow. I want to appreciate all of those who came out this week on Monday for the vigil for Ukraine. We had an amazing showing from BHSS, especially considering it was so cold and we were outside and there was so much to say. And so I hope everyone was warm, and I also hope that we understand um, that our being there helps us to better understand what refugees and those who are fleeing war are going through. And it really helped the local Ukrainian population know that they are not alone, that there are people who support them and their plight. And I know that so many of us are going above and beyond, praying and also working and contributing so that things will be better for people who are in Ukraine, who are fleeing Ukraine. Additionally, it's been a really hard week for Israel. There were 3 terrorist attacks in the course of a week in Israel in which more than 11 people were killed. And one of the things that's challenging about that is not just, if one can even say just, that 11 lives were taken, but it seemed like Jews were alone in the world, that people didn't care, or that they think that because someone lives in Israel that they deserve it, or that their lives are expendable. And it's a very hard place to be emotionally, to be spiritually. And so I wanted to share with you a couple of poems, things that, words that are dedicated to Israel, the people who live there. So this first one is by Sid Weissman. It says, it's called Today's Shema for the victim of terrorist attacks in Israel. Too often when we wake, when we walk on our way, when we lie down, our eyes and hearts are forced open. Shema, hear, O Israel. News reports terror in the streets, bloodshed flows from the people simply on their way. No longer, now buried, wife, rabbi, son, friend. Adonai Eloheinu, my God, my God. We cry out, when does this stop? Each life is a world horrifically destroyed, our God. Adonai Echad, one God, one life, 11 lives, too many. Broken breath opens our eyes and hearts across the oceans. We pray as one. And another, Bridge to Peace by Rabbi Deborah Smith. Eternal One of all, we come to you as seekers and builders. Open our hearts and minds as wide as canyons as we struggle to understand different paths from our own. Teach us to welcome the other with softness and welcoming embraces. Creator of the universe, teach us to destroy walls of fear and animosity. Help us rebuild them with bridges of wholeness and peace. For as much strife and struggle as there is in the world, one of the things that we do is we come together on Shabbat. We sing, we lift our voices, we pray, we come together as community. And that is a way that we build those bridges. And so I hope that you will come, that you will feel rebuilt, that you will feel bolstered and able to face the world, all of its trials, all of its tragedies, and that you will also be able to add your piece of joy.